I just experienced a bout of severe depression after a really, really long time of not having felt it at all. I'm going to take my glasses off so you can see me a little bit better because the reflection was kind of crappy. But I just experienced this like depths of sorrow kind of feeling that I hadn't had in a long time. And I know my partner had been experiencing that kind of thing, like that suicide ideation, that thought like, oh, if only, you know what, it would be a lot easier to just stop. It would be a lot easier to just stop this pain, because this pain is so bad, right? It was. I mean, I'm fine now. But the pain was so bad, and I was thinking, like, I was reaching out to people. I reached out to my cousin. Last night I was experiencing that depression as well. Like, after having a really beautiful day. Like, I went out to my friend, a teacher, somebody that I taught with at my former school, and I hung out with him, and we were making art in his studio, and it was wonderful, and he was drawing me and I was drawing him, and then I made this life plan for myself a little bit, and I sort of realized, okay, so there's money on the one hand, on this side of the map, and on the other side of the map you've got art, and they don't have to be connected, or they can be, but it's more important for them not to be connected so that the art cannot be tarnished, so that the art can be totally true, and it's not about marketing, and it's not about being gimmicky and getting the attention of a ton of people, right? I'm reeling from this because I've been terrified, actually, like a little bit terrified over the past couple of months, because I'm having something that sort of feels like a mania. And when I say the past couple months, I guess what I mean is since I started testosterone. It's like I've felt stronger and I felt better, so much better. And I think I've also been less likely to think before I speak, and so I've probably offended people, and I've had people cut me out of their lives. On the one hand, I have a friend that I had since I was 5 years old who's just completely stopped talking to me since I sort of, I don't know, I guess I was overbearing, or I was something. I was wrong, and I keep asking, like, what's wrong? What did I do? What? Tell me, please. I'm sorry, I apologize. I've been saying, like, what about, did I do this? Is it because of this? Is it because of that? And it's like, no, it's just, maybe it's just my personality doesn't mesh with hers anymore. Maybe she genuinely doesn't like me anymore. I'm left to wonder. So I think it's really important for us to communicate with one another. It's important to communicate and reach out when we're feeling sad. It's not something where we should feel as though we should be shamed for it later on. Especially if you're trans, or if you're depressed, or if you have bipolar disorder, or whatever disorder you might have. I feel as though I have all of the disorders. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me your amazing, delicious genes. Thank you, Dad, for insisting that I'm your daughter. Thank you, my wonderful stepmom, for continuously telling me that my glasses are too big, that I'm going to be an aunt soon, and that I look way better with dark hair. I am so sick of people telling me and telling each other that it's like, you can't have blonde hair because your skin is like this. Don't tell me about my skin, and don't tell me about the way I look, and don't tell me how I'm going to wear my nails. Like, I might get my nails did, and I might get my hair did, and you're going to have to deal with it. And I might talk like this. My voice is deepening, ladies and gentlemen. It keeps getting deeper daily. I've been on testosterone for 6 months. I think I've been self-consciously making my voice a lot higher because I don't really want to deal with people being assholes to me right now. Like, I don't want people to say, hey, dude, what are you, what? Dude? Wait, are you dude or are you guy? And, oh my gosh, my mustache is ridiculous. I look like a pedophile, or some sort of a weird, wait, let me do this. This is for Zuzi. Yeah. So, look at my nose already. I'm being very funny now. Sorry about that. But I don't want to shave this, because once it's shaved, it's not virgin anymore. I want my virgin stash to grow. Don't you all want to watch my virgin stash grow? I'm sure people have done this before. I think I'm going to get a lot of, like, gross out looks. I think people are going to be disgusted by me on the street, because I remember I used to do that too. Like, I'd look at a woman and I'd see the darkness on her skin, and I'd be like, what? What? Wow? Oh, ew, what is that? Why would you do that? Why don't you shave that? Why don't you wax that, actually? Because shaving is way too masculine, and we don't want that, do we? I haven't had an audience for far too long. I need an audience. So I'm going to start putting out a lot of videos, I think, because I just want to vent my thoughts and explain what I'm thinking to you guys. Because I think it's worthwhile. I think it's important for us all to talk to one another. And I want to talk to Hollywood. I want to talk to New York City, to commercials, and to various other things, and tell you, you need to have more trans people in your ads, and you need to have more trans people in your movies and in your shows. And I'm a writer. I write like this. I write so well. And so you should hire me. And also, never, ever, ever assume that just because someone is super happy seeming, they're fine. Never, ever assume that just because somebody a few minutes ago was thinking about suicide and wondering, should I cut myself? Never assume that just because somebody has those thoughts and then is suddenly like, wee, woo, 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 they aren't struggling and dealing with something. Because they are. Creative people, like, most of us are quite bipolar, you know, or, like, technically. But I wouldn't want to take anything to fix it unless, I mean, right now I'm going to therapy. Right now I'm going to a transmasculine group. And, see, listen, now I'm dropping my voice because I realized, wait, you're talking too high. Right now I'm going to a transmasculine group at Community Healthcare. What is it? Community Healthcare Network. No. LGBTQ something. I don't know. Wait, here it is. Gay Center. TheGayCenter.org. I'm going to the Gay Center, everyone. There's a Gay Center in New York. And it's November. What is it? November 5th? Oh, remember, the 5th of November. The gunpowder. Something and something. I don't know why. Oh, God. I'm not even quoting it right. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say is, alright. Extremes go in both directions most of the time. Anybody who is incredibly, incredibly happy also has probably experienced the other side of it. So, yeah, when you meet somebody who's like your manic pixie dream girl, you may be very excited about it, and it's lovely and beautiful, and you see the world in a way you could never have experienced before without this person. But then this person always has some sort of a dark side, some sort of a darkness within them. I feel that diagnosing these extremes of the brain as disorders or as anything that absolutely requires medication is harmful to society. It requires awareness. It requires listening, sensitivity. It's important to listen to people who feel those kinds of extremes, but you should not label them. You should not say, that's a disability, or that's a disorder, that person's sick, that person's crazy. You're crazy. Do you know what that feels like? It's stupid, is what it is. It's ignorance. We have to overcome this as a society, and the way to do that is not to put a label on everything, because you can study and study and study and diagnose and predict, but in the end, those are statistics, and each individual needs to be treated differently. I do not want medication. I feel that I am growing in my body, and I'm learning how to use these hormones in a very productive, happy way. I'm taking care of my house better than I've ever done before. Yay, Dad. I made the bed. I made the freaking bed, guys. It's amazing. But it's interesting for me when people on the internet, like, say, oh, you're a dude, ew, you're a dude, when they saw that I put female, because I feel like my sex is female, I guess, like my sex, you know. I'm very submissive. I have a vagina. Oh God, I said that so weird. I do. I have a vagina. And I have a clit that's quite large. I feel like a douchebag jock boy who's like, yeah, my dick is huge. Like, I'm not trying to say my dick is huge or anything, but it's growing, and it's exciting. I like it. It's like I have more energy down there. Just the past day, I haven't been sexual at all. Like, period. I haven't thought about sex. I've just been feeling really, I was feeling really down. With Robin Williams, with things that are happening in the news, I think it's really important that we're aware of mental illness as it's more mental difference. You are people who do not function in the society that exists currently, right? I do not do 9-to-5s because I am too creative. I have too much to share with the world. I have too much to say and too much to do. I need to travel, I need to talk, I need to meet people, I'm bubbly, I'm excited. So when society, when these pressures come at me, that's when this illness happens. It's like I'm rebelling. My brain, my mind is rebelling against what's being given to me. What's being given to me is, you don't know, you can't pay the rent, right? What's being given to me is, yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, not paying rent, and then people cutting me out of their lives because my personality has changed. But instead of talking with me about it, like friends would do, they just cut. And I would understand that if I had done something truly terrible, but I didn't. It's like, that guy who's always clearing his throat and it's annoying. I imagine it's something like that. Maybe they're just annoyed with me now. Or, well, okay, so somebody that I was seeing, somebody that I cared about quite a bit, who had been in my life for the past 3.5 years, just sent me this text message a couple days ago, and it said, "This isn't working, no hard feelings, goodbye. This clearly isn't working, no hard feelings, goodbye." And then I held him accountable for it today. I asked him about it. I said, what? Like, what are you talking about? No hard feelings. And there are hard feelings. You hurt me. Like, why would you just cut me out of your life when I'm struggling right now? I'm struggling a lot. I'm trying to transition here, people. It's hard. There's a lot going on in my life right now. And I'm sorry if I'm not being the most caring friend at the moment. This is a very selfish time. I am going through huge body changes, huge mental changes, trying to figure out how to be the most perfect and true person that I can be, given what I'm being given now. I'm adjusting to therapy. And these people who are supposed to be my friends, my partner, they cut. They go. They run. My partner of 3.5 years, gone. Without really talking about it, figuring it out. What were our differences? She was bad with money. I was really bad at cleaning. Not only bad at cleaning, I'm a tornado. If you've read my issue story, or I'll like post a link to it. You can go to alivefairytale.com and you can read my issue story. It's about this little creature that makes tornadoes in his wake. You know, I think he's actually a she in the book, but now I'm thinking of him as he, which means I'm sort of thinking of me as he. I've been afraid to ask people to call me he. I really appreciate those of you who do. I also like keeping the she alive because I feel like that's real too. And Audrey is very real. Audrey, it's a beautiful name, and I don't want to lose it. And then there's Elliot. And then there's Jackie. All these characters in this book, which is my life, right? I have so much to say, and I've found myself just kind of talking to myself, going around the house, trying to clean, trying to figure it out. There's like a before and after blueprint that I will show you guys. It's kind of a big undertaking. I'm just trying my best here to make it work, make it beautiful. I wonder what my stepmom will say about my roots. Guys, if you hate me, don't you can downvote, that's fine. You can hate. I mean, anything's better than nothing, right? Just notice. Indifference is what hurts. Read me. Let me know what you want to know. I think my story is unique because I realized I was trans in April and I started testosterone in May. Like, that's pretty crazy, correct? Crazy. Impulsive. But it's one of those things where once you see it, you know, and you have to rip yourself out of the matrix, and you have to just make your life work for you suddenly. Because yes, your whole life it wasn't working. It wasn't quite working. Not the way it worked for other people. And so now here I am again, dropping my voice because I find myself, like I've just been going up and up and up. I want to be able to play different characters in different scenarios, or I want to be a Switch character. I mean, like Switch in The Matrix, who was originally supposed to be trans, I think, was supposed to switch from one to another. And not like this, she said, not like this. It feels like my life, you know, it feels very honest, and it's very exciting to know that, you know, maybe at some point I'll look at myself in one of these videos and I'll look more like a man than like a woman. And if that were to happen, I wouldn't be afraid.
I would be happy. Because I've always wanted that. Like I used to read Anne Rice books, and I always wanted to be the boys, not the girls, guys. I wanted to be the boys. I wanted to be Colin Rosvenier from Exiles. He played lute, and he had long red hair. And maybe I will someday. I'll be just like that. I'll be a traveling minstrel. I hope that those of you who decided that you don't want to talk to me anymore, I hope that you still are curious about my life, maybe. I hope that since I'm talking to you, you're listening. That maybe you're the type of people who don't. Maybe that's the struggle, and that's the problem. I'm very excited to be going to this trans masculine group. I'm very excited that I'm on testosterone. And I want to tell you guys, please, don't tell me, ever, don't tell me or anybody who's trans that they're not trans. I had that happen from the person who cut me out of their life before they cut me out of their life. Not that they've cut me. I mean, I'm still on Facebook with all these people, so I guess they didn't cut me. They just stopped speaking. They just got quiet. And the thing is, if you choose to get quiet, why not just check in before and say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm a little uncomfortable I'm made a little bit uncomfortable by your behavior lately, but I still care about you very much. And I really hope that you're okay. And let me know if you need anything ever. And of course I wouldn't reach out. I wouldn't need anything ever from them if they've told me they want to be quiet. But why just be quiet? Why, when so much is happening and I'm learning so much about the universe and the world and myself, my mother, my father, everything, like wisdom is coming in these huge jolts. It's like I keep learning and learning and learning, and it's terrifying and fantastic, of course. I think I could be a good parent. I think I could be a great actor. I think I could be a great writer. The problem is I've been throwing my thoughts out like tiny little embers on the wind, and none of them are catching flame because I'm not putting enough effort into it, into any one specific endeavor. It's like I'm torn, split, ripped in all these directions. I want to be in Kentucky. I want to be in Eastern Kentucky. I want to be in Phelps. I want to be with my grandparents. I want to be living in that old house and writing. I just want to be writing right now. I want that. All my being. I knew I was going to. I left some testosterone there even. I was like, yeah, I'm great. I'm fun. But now I'm thinking maybe I do need like a trans support network. And so maybe I do need to be in New York City, at least while I transition, because it's really hard being this androgynous, in-between, strange person. But maybe I'll always be that. And maybe that's what I was going for all that time. Because that's the real yearning. This. But I don't know until I try. I don't know. I'd like to sing. I'd like to just keep on talking to you guys, and talking and talking and talking. But I think this is enough for one day. if you are trans and this has ever happened to you, or if you are cis slash if you are not trans and you have stopped talking to people after they started to transition, do you think you could sort of let me know a little bit, like your insight, what it was like for you? Was it painful? Is that why you needed to stop hanging out with this person? Was it like the person was suddenly being torn away from you and your best friend was gone, and it was like your best friend was dead, and that's why you stopped talking? I'm not dead. I'm still very much here. Still very much here. Sometimes I think the silence is more important than the speaking. I remember a model told me that I had a beautiful smile. And I just thought she was being nice. But it felt genuine. It felt really real. And that was when I was 17. Now, I just want to tell so many people how beautiful they are, because I see how beautiful they are. I feel like with that crazy bad guy from American Beauty. You know? Oh, it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. It feels like that, though. I do feel like I see a lot of beauty all over the place. And I really want to hear your questions. I really want you to comment. I'll respond as much as I can. And I'd like you to like this if you enjoy it, or dislike it if I said something that offended. But please explain why you disliked it in the comments. I mean, if it matters. Subscribe to me if you want a bunch of honest, earnest stuff. And yeah, I want to apply for grad school for creative writing. I want to apply for acting as well. And I'm hoping that there's some scholarships out there for trans people. I'm looking, I'm Googling, I'm trying here, guys. But if anybody knows of any avenues, if anybody knows of maybe a publishing company where I can publish my book and hopefully make some money and not be freaking out anymore, or any suggestions at all, I would love it. But don't tell me to go back to my day job, because my day job was sucking my soul out of me, and I sometimes wouldn't go because I was so depressed. Like I had a lot of depression last year, dysphoria, and now I'm taking a leave of absence. But I can't even get paid. And I was trying to make money doing modeling and things, but I mean, my drive is kind of getting dumped out and thrown into this house that's just so messy and so terrible. And I need a roommate, guys. I need a trans roommate, or a trans-friendly roommate, since I'm trans. You gotta be friendly. Now, that's what I need. I need y'all to be friendly. And next video that I make, I think I might talk like this the whole time, but it might be kind of weird. What do you reckon? Do you think I should talk like this the whole time? You reckon I should talk like the way I talk when I'm from my house, back up the holler? How long do you think it's going to be till I get chest hair? Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was like the length of a TV episode without commercials. Yeah. Thank you. Please like, please subscribe. I adore you. And put any videos in comments that you think I might enjoy. And yeah, just
stop stigmatizing people who are who have bipolar disorder or whatever. Like, those are your creative people, alright? So quit it. And then a lot of people seek escape through drugs, right? You had so many people dying all the time because of various depressions, manias, various things. Right now, I just want you guys to share this. I think it's important. I own this disability that I have. The culture that I live in is the disability, is what I would like to convey to you. I am a perfect human being. I am extremely capable, beautiful, creative, happy, astounded to be alive. It's the pressures of that society that we've got going on, the one that condones war, and, you know, the one where like thousands of people die every day at the hands of machetes and stuff like that. It's that false world where it's like mine, 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 let me steal that, let me take that, take. There has to be sharing, guys. Share! You have to share your food with me if you want to be my good friend, said Sir Jake Elliott. You have to. Share with me. If you have a lot of money, let me know, because I don't want to lose my old Kentucky home. And I'm tired of worrying about money, but here's what needs to happen. I need to make my art because the money's going to flow after, because it's going to be beautiful art. And it's just, I should take out some loans or something. Can I do that? Oh, wait, maybe, wait, I have some money. Wait, I do have some money. I have an education award. I'll see what I can do. Oh, maybe I could take student loans out. What if I took out student loans? Right, because money, that's the only problem. Oh, that's interesting. I'm sorry, guys. I keep talking. All right, finished.